Here too. Right, are we ready to go again? Do a little bit more of telling the time this morning. If you haven't got your home learning book and pencil, you want to just pause the video and go and get those now. Right, let's get going. So, a couple of questions for you to start with. Bit of a think about this, please. So, how many seconds do you think are in 1 minute? How many minutes do you think are in 1 hour? So, how many seconds in 1 minute? How many minutes in 1 hour? If this helps, this is a clock of the time at the moment. There's the second hand going the whole way around. How many segments, how many little parts are there for it to go the whole way around? There are 60 seconds in a minute. And if you remember yesterday, we did lots of practicing of counting in fives for the 5 minutes, all the way around. Again, 60 minutes and 1 hour. Okay, so they are the same. So we have 60 seconds in 1 minute, and we have 60 minutes in 1 hour. Okay, and then what about this? How many hours are in a day? We started midnight, went the whole way through 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, where you kind of wake up probably, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, all the way through to midday, 12 o'clock midday, and then carried on 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, going to bed, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, back to midnight. How many hours are in one day? Got it? 24. Okay, so it goes 12 hours and then another 12 hours. That goes the whole way around the clock once, and the whole way around the clock the second time. And then how many days in a week? 7. Can you start them for me? Let's start on Monday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, next one, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 7 days. Okay, look away. Let's just check those. How many hours in a day? Call it out. 24. How many seconds in a minute? Close your eyes. Imagine the second hand going the whole way around the clock. How many seconds in 1 minute? 60. How many days in a week? 7. Okay, look back at the screen. Okay, let's get started for today. So we are going to carry on telling the time for 5 minutes. We're going to carry on using the analog clock hands and also telling it in words. Now, this is where I want you to really pause and think about how yesterday was for you. If you got a little bit confused and you tried to do minute hand and hour hand, I'm going to say just stick to the minute hand today, okay? If you did just do the minute hand yesterday, I want you to just worry about the minute hand today and probably tomorrow. You don't need to worry about this. New content, new knowledge for you at home is really difficult. Okay, you're not at school, you're at home, and it's very difficult for you to learn in the same way as you would at school. At school, we'd be continually recapping and coming back to it. You don't need to worry. Next year, when you go into year 3, your year 3 teachers will know that you haven't learnt all the things to do with time, and we will go over it again and again. Don't worry. Okay, so really think about what you did yesterday and what you think will be a good idea for you today. If you just did minute hands yesterday, I would definitely just do minute hands today. If you did both yesterday and you were okay, see how you go today. So, just a little reminder. Remember, we have these 4 quarters. 1 quarter, 2 quarters, 3 quarters, 4 quarters, like with our turns that we did last week. And with our 4 quarters, the 4 points, the top and the bottom, and over the quarter here and over the quarter there, they have special labels. Do you remember? At the top we have o'clock, at the bottom we have half past, and yesterday we learned that instead of 15 past, we called it a quarter past. Well, this is another quarter one. Okay, we're going to learn about that today. So just a little reminder that there are 4 points in the clock where they have special labels. And remember yesterday, we looked at just this side of the clock, didn't we? What do we call that side? We called it the past side, because all of these labels, when we're using our words, all of these have past in it. 5 past, 10 past, 15 past, quarter past, 20 past, 25 past, 30 past, which we actually call half past. Okay, let's just do a quick recap. So where is half past? Point to it on the screen so you can get there before I do. There at the 6. Where is quarter past? It's at the 3. Well done. Where it's 25 past, so 25 minutes round the clock past the hour. It is there at the 5. Where it's 10 past, point to it. Get there before I do. It's at the 2. We've gone 5 minutes past, 10 minutes past. Where's 5 past? We've just done that one. There. Where is o'clock? One of those 4 special labels. Good. At the top, where each new hour starts. And our last one, well, there's only one place left, but let's just check it. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, that is 20 minutes past the hour. Okay, so yesterday we did the past side using the minute hand. Remember, the minute hand was which hand? The hand that went right out to the number, okay, and it moves every minute. So today we're going to look at the to side. Now, something strange happens. When you get here, half past, once the big hand, the long hand, the minute hand goes past, it doesn't say anymore how many minutes past the hour. It's like it's really eager to get to the next one. It's going, how many minutes until the next hour? How many minutes until the next hour? So if we were here at 7, we would have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes to go until the next hour. So this is called the to side. It's saying how many minutes to go to the next hour. Okay, so it's looking forward to the next hour. So let's have a look here. So if I was going to put my minute hand here, use your counting in 5s. Remember, this is the to side. Okay, it's saying how many minutes to the next hour. It's getting really enthusiastic. I want to know how many minutes to the next hour. Count round in 5s. How many minutes are there to go to the next hour? 5, 10, 15, 20. So we call this 22. Okay, 20 minutes to go. 22. What about here? If our minute hand was here, how many minutes until the next hour? It was a quick one, wasn't it? How many minutes? Just 5. So we call this 5 to. Or 5 minutes to. There's 5 minutes to go to the next hour. Okay, so let's do this a little bit in a bit more of a system or a sequence. So how many minutes did we say that had to go until the next hour? 5. 5 to is what we call that. How many minutes? 10 minutes to go to the next hour. So it's called 10 to. Right, if the minute hand was here, how many minutes are there to go to the next hour? 15. 15 to. Do you remember this is the tricky one? It's got one of the special labels. So 15 to, we actually call quarter to because there's a quarter of an hour, a quarter of the turn to go to the next hour, a quarter to. So 5 minutes to go to the next hour. Whoops, said Daisy. Hold on a minute. Didn't mean to do that. 5 minutes to go to the next hour. 10 minutes to go. 5, 10 minutes to the next hour. 15 minutes to the next hour. We call that quarter to. How many minutes there? Can you work it out? Remember, it's looking forward to the next hour. It's going, I can't wait to get there. Tell me, how many minutes to the next hour? There are 20 minutes to go, so 22. And then the last one here. How many minutes to go to the next hour? There are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes to go to the next hour. So we call it 25 to. Okay, so here, how many minutes to the next hour? 10. 10 to, we call that. How many minutes to the next hour? There are 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes to go to the next hour. Okay, so we are doing our to side. This side is all about the next hour. It's looking forward to the next hour. How many minutes? Tell me, how many minutes until the next hour? Okay, now actually, if you look, there's a bit of symmetry going on here. Don't worry if this confuses you a bit. As you learn more and you see the labels more in your head, you will spot the patterns. But I just wanted to point out that this side is our past side and this side is our to side. You see the symmetry? This is 5 minutes past. This is 5 minutes to. This is 10 minutes past the hour. This is 10 minutes to go to the next hour. This is quarter past. This is 1:45. This is 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes past the hour. Let's go symmetrically to the other side. This is 22, 20 minutes to go to the next hour. 25 past, 25 to. So it's just to have a look and see how it is symmetrical. The labels are symmetrical. But we're going to focus on just the to side today. So let's have a go. See if you can tell me before I say it. Okay, so I can tell it's the minute hand. Doesn't matter whether it's here, just at the number, or going the whole way through it. This is our minute hand. So how many minutes to go to the next hour? It's here. It's got 5, 10 minutes to go to the next hour. So that one is 10 to. Right here. It's got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes to go to the next hour. 25 to. That one's called. What about here? This is the tricky one, isn't it? Do you remember it's got a special label? It's one of those 4 points that has a special label. It's called a 1:45. It's 15 minutes to go, but we call it a 1:45. Now, this is where I think lots of you probably want to stop. Think about what I said earlier. Think about what is best for you. For lots of you, I think you get your home learning book out now. You do the same as you did yesterday. You find something circular, like my lid. You draw around it in your home learning book, and you do your labels for the to side, okay, which will look like this. Okay, just do those labels, okay, and then just get a pencil out and practice. Okay, you might want to cover up some of the labels. What label have I covered up? And if that's enough for you, then just do that. There is a sheet at the end. It's on here. You can write 1 to 9 with the clocks again. There is also a Word document in Teams or a PDF on the website. If you want to do the clock and then you want to tell some of the times, but just focus on the minute hand, then just do the minute hand. So this one, instead of writing 10 minutes to, you just be writing 10 to. Okay, so you can just focus on those minute hands. So if that's enough for you today, and I think for lots of you it will be, then just stop the video there and you go and do that. Right, for those of you who are carrying on, because you want to look at the hour hand as well, this is if you managed to do the minute hand and the hour hand confidently yesterday, probably because you already have some knowledge of time already, and then carry on with me, that's absolutely fine. But again, think about what I said yesterday. If you start to get confused, just stop, go back and do the minute hand. Okay, so we learnt yesterday that there are 2 hands. And you did see the 2 hands last year in year 1 when you did o'clocks. So this is the minute hand. This is the one that we've been focusing on, the one that goes up to the numbers or through it. And then we also have the hour hand. Let's just focus on the hour hand for a second. And this is where it does get a little bit tricky, okay? Because do you remember when we were saying that when we have the to side, we're talking about when we've got the past side, we're talking about what hour it has gone past. Thing is, when we get around to here, this side, what do we call this side? This is the to side, because it's really excited. It's telling me how many minutes to the next hour. So actually, when we look at the hour hand on the to side, we're looking at what hour is it coming up to. So look at my hour hand there. What hour is it coming up to? Coming up to the 8. Yep. What hour is it coming up to there? It's coming up to the 11. Okay. So it changes. When I'm looking at my past side, I'm looking at what number has it gone past? It's gone past 12. Okay. So let me put my minute hand in for a second, just so that you are clear. Very long minute hand. Right. There we go. So if I was here, you did this yesterday, so I've gone 5, 10 minutes past, and I'm looking at what hour it has gone past. So it has gone past the 12, so 10 past 12. But if my minute hand is on the other side of the clock, it's on the to side, then I have to tell from the hour hand what hour is it coming to. Okay, so if my minute hand is anywhere on this side of the clock, I'm looking at what hour is it coming up to. So this would be 10 to, because there's 10 minutes to go, 5, 10. 10 to what? What hour is it coming up to? It's coming up to the 1. So that'll be 10 to 1. Okay, let's do a couple together. Okay, can you remember how many minutes to? Let's just focus on the minute hand first. How many minutes to the next hour? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes. So there are 25 minutes to the next hour, 25 to. And what hour is it coming up to? It's to the 2. 25 minutes to 2. 25 to 2. What about this one? Okay, look at the minute hand first. You will focus on that for a wee second. Okay, how many minutes to the next hour? 5. 5 to. Okay, now look at the hour hand. What hour is it coming up to? Okay, so remember this is all about the next hour, which hour it's coming up to. So it's 5 to 6. 5 minutes to 6. Let's do 2 more together. This was one of our 4 different labels, wasn't it? Okay, let's look at the minute hand again first. So what was this label? How many minutes to go? 5, 10, 15. Some of you might remember that that was the special label. Quarter to. Yep, quarter to. If you said 15 to, people would understand what you meant, but we actually call it quarter to. So quarter to, what hour is it coming up to? A quarter to 11. Okay, and last one. You work out how many minutes to the next hour there. How many minutes to? 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 minutes to. 20 to which hour? It's coming up to the 7. 20 to 7. Okay, so we've had a bit of a practice. Now again, I want you to think about what's best for you. I would think it's still a really good idea adding your labels to your clock and doing that in your home learning book. And then, as I said earlier, you have got 9 clocks and you can decide what you want to do. If you want to just do the minutes, do the 10 to, what would this be? This would be o'clock. What would this be? How many minutes to? 5 to. If you just want to do the minute hands and write that underneath, that's absolutely fine. If you want to have a go at the hour as well, then go for it. But remember, this is the to side. So we're thinking about what hour is it coming up to. Okay. Choose what's best for you. Okay, remember a little bit of learning, a little bit of something new, but then practice and practice and practice rather than trying to do it all at one time. Okay, enjoy. If you are downloading the sheet in Teams, it has got this on it as well, so it's there for you to look at. Okay, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.